You've started applying to online teaching companies and you want to make sure that you're getting into a good deal. You've probably heard of scam companies that exist, and today I'm going to tell you about some of these not so great companies and exactly what they did to get into our little blacklist of jobs. Welcome to my channel. This is your one-stop place to find everything related to online teaching. So if you're looking to increase your income as an online teacher, make sure you hit subscribe and tap that little bell notification. So I've been teaching online for a while, and I run a Facebook group of now over 40,000 online teachers. Shameless plug, make sure you join our Facebook group, Online Teacher Success and Support. So I've seen a lot of great companies, but I've seen just as many that aren't that great. I want to protect you from falling victim to any of these companies. So take this video as a warning, especially if you are actively searching for companies to work for. First company that I want to talk about is one that is very recent, like this week, and I alluded to making a video the other day in this post. This company is called Writalk. So they typically recruit teachers by going on other online platforms like AllSchool with student accounts, and then they pitch their teaching job opportunity. They recruited me last year. I worked one contract of a month long for them. In the interview, the lady promised me 50% up front and 50% after all of the lessons were taught. I had no problem getting paid, but I didn't know their history. What I didn't know was that they've been in operation since 2021, and one day they just stopped paying their teachers. They didn't pay them for an entire year. A year later, they paid everything that the teachers were owed and offered them a bonus to come back and teach. Everything was going smoothly, and in October, it looks like they were granted $4.4 million in investment money. Then in December, it was the same story all over again. Teachers stopped being paid. It's now almost the end of February, and teachers hadn't been paid since December. They all went on strike waiting for payment. They've been told a few things by this company. There was an issue with the credit card that was attached to their PayPal, and that there was an issue with their bank account. They'll be paid
tomorrow, the next day, next week, soon.
It never happened. Some of the teachers reached out to me for help, and I popped into their little group chat with their CEO, telling them that they had 24 hours to pay up or I was speaking out on behalf of the teachers. To respond to this, some of the teachers were paid, but not all. My guess is they've got financial issues and they can't pay. How they could possibly have all these issues is a mystery to me, especially if it's true that they're a multi-million-dollar company. Next one I want to talk about is not a singular company, but a type of company. So if you're in Facebook and you're in the ESL Facebook groups, like the teaching groups, and someone approaches you asking you to translate something for them, now, I'm not saying translation jobs aren't real, but the one I'm talking about are not, and several teachers have fallen victim to these. They usually target non-native English speakers. So how do these companies work? They're going to ask you to translate something into English from your native language, and they'll promise you big bucks for it. First, you have to add them on Telegram or WhatsApp. It will have you translate something and you'll never get paid for it, or they'll ask you for money for something first. One of them approached me and I played along for a little bit. So you want me to translate from English to English? Their answer? Yes, please. Yes, teacher. So many red flags there. The next one isn't really a scam as far as I know of, but I have to bring them up because they did my girl Katie dirty, and anyone that is willing to blatantly lie about things has no ethic, so I would never trust them. This company is called Usmart. Usmart recently joined the Facebook group for Shanghongsu and WeChat marketing and immediately shared a photo of their classroom, which is great. We love teachers sharing that kind of stuff, right? The problem was the picture had Abridge Academy curriculum on the class screen with the Usmart logo where Abridge Academy's logo should have been. They were asked by a teacher where they got the curriculum from, and they said they made it themselves. Thievery and lies don't get you too far in life, but they will get you on this list. If you can't trust them not to steal from one person, I can't imagine trusting them not to steal from another. This next company really makes my eyes twitch because they got me, and they got me good. Back in 2021, this new company started up called MyCoolClass. If you've been following me for long enough, you may have heard me talk about them before. Man, I was so excited for them. They were not just a startup company, but they were a cooperative, and they were a registered one. And they had a ton of publicity from all the co-op groups who were also really, really excited about them. The deal with this company was that it kind of worked like a union of sorts. Teachers all had equal rights and equal say, and they could vote on things. They were promised that they would receive marketing and training and benefits in their membership. It sounded so awesome, and it could have worked. The company was run by this man, who I will leave unnamed, who couldn't be bothered to learn a thing about marketing or business, and he wouldn't listen to the rest of the team who were trying to help. The rest of the team, by the way, included me. I was hired to help train their teachers. Each teacher who was onboarded would pay a small membership fee, their annual dues. In turn, they would take that money to market to onboard new teachers. Not once did they attempt to find students for the company, so it essentially turned into a Ponzi scheme. The team begged and begged the unnamed man to market to students instead. He was like, that's too costly. It costs less for Facebook ads to market to teachers. There's less competition, and we need the dues to make money. Just then, like every healthy relationship, when one party is caught doing something wrong, everyone was gaslit. It's the teacher's fault they don't have students. They aren't doing their part. They need to be bringing in students. It's a co-op and everyone needs to work together. I tried to explain to them that no, teachers need a success story, something to give them hope. Invest in students. Bring in students and the teachers will come. You can't just ask for blind faith when you've given nothing to the teachers. And why would they bring them to you when they could just take them independently and keep all their money? Did they pay their teachers? Yes. But who they didn't pay was the staff. Everyone that was behind the scenes making it all come into play. Their social media marketer, their human resources person, their accountant, I don't know who else they had, but oh yeah, and me, their trainer, and another trainer. We are still to this day owed almost an entire year's salary. And they're still operating. The next one, Online Teachers Hub. I made a video about them a while back and man, they were super professional about this. They made a ton of fake YouTube accounts, commented all sorts of nasty things on there, and pretended to be teachers that were using the services. They did the same in the Facebook groups as well. So what were their services? They provided stolen curriculum for you to use in your lessons, as well as a payment processor. So they would take the money from the students and then pay you. One day they failed to pay teachers. One teacher made a comment in the Facebook group, to which an Online Teachers Hub employee commented super unprofessionally and nasty, and then went to the extreme of adding a screenshot of their personal information, including his address and his phone number, in the comments. They also claim to be featured in Forbes and other publications, and we know that that's not true. Their website claims to be under new ownership, but I don't really think that it is. It's my belief that they had to change that publicly so that they could say, oh no, that wasn't us, that was the old guys.
It's Editing Jill here. I know in the video I said Online Teachers Hub. It is in fact ESL Teachers Hub. I said it incorrectly in the video, but it is ESL Teachers Hub.
The next one is Dadi Coach. If you haven't seen these Dadi Coach adverts all over the place, count your blessings because they are spammy. They claim to be a part of ABC Mouse and that you can be a coach for their products. They don't care who you sign up. It can be teachers, it can be students, it can be your new puppy, it can be your ottoman, it doesn't matter. So what is the scam here? They will buy ABC Mouse accounts at a really low price, and then they turn around and charge a higher price to you. You are supposed to sell these 6 months accounts for $190 or more. They don't really care how much you sell them for, as long as they get $90 and then you get the rest. Then you're gonna give them the student's name and email address and they'll set them up with an ABC Mouse account, which by the way, costs $45 a year. So they're charging students $190 for 6 months when it costs $45 a year. But in case you don't sell anything, they still get you, because in order to be their spammy scammy salesperson, you first have to undergo a training for it, for a price of course. They gave me a bunch of logins to their ABC Mouse account so I could see how awesome their curriculum was. I then took those screenshots and asked ABC Mouse if this was a legitimate collaboration. Of course, I knew it wasn't, but I wanted receipts. And I got them, and then all of those accounts got deleted. What other spammy, scammy, no good online company do you know of? Tell us in the comments, don't hold back. If you were treated unfairly by an online teaching company, you can save the next teacher by letting everybody know. If this video was helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for a legitimate online teaching company, you're in the application process, check out this playlist over here.